Welcome to my program, Bashy's Corner. We invite guests from all sections of Danish society. We discuss with them politics, cultural development, integration, socio-economical situation of ethnic minorities, and any other topic which the mainstream media doesn't dare or maybe doesn't have any information to talk about. And the proof of what I'm saying is that normally in our programs, as I said, we deal with Danish politics and socio-economical problem, but today I have two guests, very special guests I met in Radio Hamwatan when we had discussed with you and interviewed you. And what actually impressed me was your passion and the way you want to do this project. And this issue you're dealing with the deficiency of D vitamin among Danish women and also Pakistani women, I have never seen that before. So I thought, why not invite you on my TV program? So thank you very much for coming, and we'd like to discuss with you in detail. Rikke Andersen, you are a senior researcher, and Ida Grønborg, you are a PhD student from Danish Technical University, right? Yes. So now my first question is, can you tell us a little bit over and above the name I just mentioned, a little bit about your work and your work?
Yes, thank you for inviting us here today. I'm a senior researcher. I'm working at the National Food Institute, and I've been working with vitamin D for about 15 years.
Okay.
I have a background in nutrition and doing research within nutrition and vitamin D especially.
So that Food Institute is a part of DTU?
The National Food Institute is a part of DTU, okay. Yes, a part of a technical university.
Yes.
But yes.
Okay. Ida, how did you get interested in this?
It happened a long time ago, in fact, as well, but my background is biology, and then I have studied nutrition as well, and that's when I met vitamin D and I met Rikke, and I started studying as a PhD student at the National Food Institute as well.
So coming back to the project,
yes.
Then our viewer must be asking, Bashy always talk about politics. Why this project? What is so unusual about that?
Well, this is a part of a very large EU project.
Okay.
So all of Europe is actually interested in vitamin D, and in this EU project called Odin, about 35 universities, partners are participating and doing research in vitamin D altogether. And now we have this special part here in Denmark.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what has vitamin D to do with technical university?
Yeah, that's a very good question. But some years ago, the National Food Institute became a part of the technical university. Okay. So now we are this entire institute working with food and is now part of DTU, who is also interested in life science. So it's a part of a life science research.
So what is this vitamin project then, if we come back to that?
Yeah, vitamin D is vitamin D deficiency is a big problem in not only in Denmark but in Europe, in northern countries.
It's because of climate?
It's because of climate. We live so far north in Denmark, so we don't get enough sunshine, and we get part of our vitamin D from the sun. Mm-hmm. So we are lacking vitamin D, and that's a big problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do I also lack vitamin D?
I don't know. We have not measured you, but I think many people do. I like vitamin D. Many people in Denmark lack vitamin D.
Actually, after I interviewed you on the radio, I started taking vitamin D. So maybe it's okay. So what is the purpose of this project?
Well, this project, maybe I can say that the purpose is to decrease or limit the vitamin D deficiency in Denmark. We want to make it better for people living in this far north in winter time, because this is when the sun is not giving us the vitamin D. So we need other options for where can we get the vitamin D. So the purpose is to make it better for people living in Denmark, the vitamin D.
Maybe it's a prejudice, Rikke, but when I talk with people and you see in supermarkets, there are a number of different vitamins, and this vitamin can do this vitamin. Is it true, or is it just advertisement?
It is true that we are lacking vitamin D.
Okay.
I'm not sure about all the other vitamins, but we are lacking vitamin D. We need more.
And it's scientifically proved?
That's scientifically proved.
Okay.
We need more vitamin D, especially in Denmark.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then, what happens if we have this vitamin D deficiency?
Different things can happen. But first of all, you can get muscle pain. You get pain in your hips, in your leg, in your arms. You get weak muscles. Oh. And that can be very painful. And if you have vitamin D deficiency for many years, you can also get very weak bones. So when you get older, 70 or older than that, your bones can easily break. And that can be very dangerous when you are in that age.
And you know, the old people fall a lot.
Yeah, they fall a lot.
So it could be even very dangerous.
And especially if they have weak muscles, then it's easier to fall, and then you have also weak bones, and then they break.
And
so
does weight has to do anything with that? If a person is very big, you know, when he falls?
Well, weight actually strengthens the
muscle.
Bones.
Bones, okay.
But of course, you need to be fit in order to be healthy. Yeah.
And as you said that it's very bad for your muscle, for your body, but are people aware of that?
No, I don't think so. But I think many people are lacking vitamin D in Denmark.
Without knowing it?
Pardon me?
Without knowing it?
Without knowing it, yes. And maybe if they know it, they sometimes take a vitamin pill, but most people forget to take vitamin pills. So we think to solve this problem with food, which we are trying to do, is a better way to solve the problem. So we would like to solve the problem with vitamin D in Denmark with food. So
it means that after having your regular food, then you don't need vitamins, or you need extra vitamins?
Yeah, if you eat food with extra vitamin D in the food, then we think this can solve the problem.
So there must be a list of the vegetables and the food which gives us this vitamin D. It must be.
Yeah, and then you can add vitamin D to some food and then get the extra vitamin D that way. Yeah.
My viewer must be thinking, is it that serious problem?
It is. It is. A lot of people have vitamin D deficiency in Denmark, and especially people who don't get so much into the sun and who don't eat so much fish. They are lacking vitamin D.
Sun and fish.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Okay. Why? I mean, when I look at the people you want to have in for your survey or project, you know, those people are quite healthy. You know, I mean, so why to bring them in that? Why not to have those people who you can measure if they're missing vitamin and then take them?
But we would like to solve the problem before people get sick. We would like to prevent the problem. So we are looking for women between 18 and 50 years old. So when they are still relatively young and healthy, we would like to improve their vitamin D status so we can prevent that they get a very serious problem for them.
But then the question comes that if you are limiting your the age group, what about those who are under 18 and what about those who are over 50 who are actually suffering from that?
That would be also very interesting to investigate. In this study we have to focus on this group. In other parts of the EU project they are actually investigating children of different ages and other population groups in the other EU countries participating in the project.
So it's the EU project which says it should be between 18 and 50 and it will be in other countries too?
No, in our study it would be between 18 and 50 and in the other projects in the other EU countries it would be different population groups that they are investigating. So we are dividing the work between us, the research.
So Ida, who can take part in your project? So can you be a little more specific?
Yes, there's a specific group that can take part in this specific project.
Okay.
And this is women because they are in a special risk group of vitamin D, it seems. So that's why we focus on women in this project especially. And we focus on women of Danish origin and women of Pakistani origin.
Okay.
And at the moment we have a lot of women of Danish origin already wanting to participate, but we need more women of Pakistani origin to participate so we can make this study happen.
So let's hope that those people who are watching our program, especially Pakistani women, I'm sure that you have contact with some of them, but there will be more. But again, I don't want to be too critical because it's a beautiful project, but when you say women are more prone to vitamin D deficiency.
Yes.
Any scientific proof, or it's just what you're saying?
That's what the studies are showing, that women are in a special group, even compared to men, which also can be lacking vitamin D. But it seems that maybe women eat less than men and cover more up in the sun. It can be many reasons, but those
but
are
Danish
few
women
of
don't
them.
cover themselves.
Or maybe they cover them more than men.
Is there? Aha.
So there are many reasons.
So one should go to the, when in summer they should go to the to the beach.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's one solution.
Yes, yeah. And where those people you want to attract for your, or want to have for your project, where do they can contact this information you have?
We have a web page and we have email address and phone number. So there are different options for contacting us.
Okay.
Yeah.
But either you need you want to have contact with Pakistani women.
Yes.
And Pakistani women, not all of them, but most of them don't go on webs.
Yeah.
They will not call you if you are sitting at home and don't expect. Don't you think it will be a good idea if you contact their NGOs or contact the resource people?
Yeah, we are doing that.
And go to the media
yeah.
and say, hey, we need to.
Yes, we are trying to visit a lot of Pakistani groups and cultural places and all things we can think of to where does these women meet, how can we contact them.
Okay.
So we are trying to meet them where they are instead of expecting them to come to us.
Shopping centers.
Yes.
Okay.
And institutions where they study and
universities.
where they meet.
Universities.
Yeah. So we are going all kinds of places.
Gymnasium, because in this law studies there are many actually, and medicine there are many
exactly.
women
we are going
with
there a lot.
yeah, and you can also contact some mosques, imams, you know, through them.
We are doing that as
well.
well.
How is your success rate? Because you Rikke said that Danes are very easy to contact, but Pakistanis
I think it depends on the way you contact them. Danish people are used to being contacted through the internet, for example, and they respond well on Facebook, for example, as well. So then they call me back. But then the Pakistanis, it's a different way that works. It's better to talk to people one by one and explain what the project is about. And meet them at where they are in their daily life.
And
so
they're not so suspicious?
Not a lot. I think all people I've talked to are very nice and friendly and open about it. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a very nice process.
Then the question comes, why Pakistani women? I mean, you have Turkish, Somali. Somali women cover themselves much more than the Pakistani do. Why focus on Pakistani? I'm also Pakistani, you know, I feel, why Pakistani women?
It could be any group actually. We just had to focus in the research project, but we could have chosen another ethnic group.
No, that's why I'm saying, why Pakistani?
We have worked, investigated Pakistani and vitamin D 15 years ago, and would like to continue that work and like to see how is the status now. So we'd like to continue our research.
Okay, so
but it could also be interesting to investigate other groups, but we were limited in what we could do, so we had to pick
Pakistanis are research.
They are the lucky ones. They're the lucky ones.
You can also call research rabbits.
No, I think they're the lucky ones that we investigate how the vitamin D is.
It's just all right. Now coming back to the food.
Yeah.
What kind of food would you give to that woman who are testing?
I can tell you a little bit about that.
Please.
That's
you like food, don't you?
I like food, I do. And the foods we have chosen are 4 different foods. It's cheese, it's eggs, it's yogurts, and it's crisp bread, which is the Danish kind of knækbrød, lige præcis.
Okay.
And we are giving these foods for free, of course. And then half of the foods will be fortified with extra vitamin D, in a low level of extra vitamin D. So when you participate in the study, you will get maybe the foods with extra vitamin D, or you will get the normal foods.
And you're going to charge them? It's free?
It's free, of course. It's free.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And there's fresh food coming in, so we get the fresh eggs, of course. We need to deliver the fresh foods. So when you're in the study, there's fresh food every 2 weeks. So that's a system.
Pakistanis like eggs very much.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. And when and where would you provide that food?
So the project runs from January to April this next year.
Okay.
So that's a period of 12 weeks in which we will start the study. So this is when we will deliver the food first of all. So
at their home?
You can either pick it up at our institute, or if you're not able to, we will find a solution so we can meet you somewhere to pick it up or go to your home.
Okay.
So that's a possibility.
But what about because you cannot live on cheese and bread, so can you eat other food while you are
Yes.
under this project?
Yes, of course you can. This is about one meal that we are giving.
Ah, okay.
So it's you can eat it for breakfast, or you can eat it in between the other meals. It's not a specific time you have to eat it. So of course you continue your normal daily routines and your normal diet.
Okay.
You just have to fit this in and maybe replace the eggs you normally eat with these eggs, for example.
Okay.
That's a possibility.
Rikke, what does this project mean for the participant?
It means that they have to show up to a visit in January at our institute and in April.
Okay. All of them?
All of them have to
Okay.
come to a visit in January and in April. And at each visit they will have taken a blood sample, and they will have a blood pressure measured and muscle strength, and had to answer some questions about food habits, for example.
Okay.
And then they will have some food handed out, and they will get that every second week, and they have to eat this food for the 3 months. And then we measure the difference between the measurement at January and April and see how the effect is.
Okay. And just for curiosity, when they will come and talk to you and you will take their blood and everything, then you have to really scare them. Hey, if you don't take this, you will be in big problem. People are very mindful when people think, oh, it's for my own health.
It's for your own health, and it is a big contribution to the scientific work we are doing. We can't do this research if we don't have anyone to participate.
Of course.
So we really need Pakistani women to participate in the study. Otherwise we cannot find a way how to solve the problem.
Okay.
So we really need people's help to solve the vitamin D problem in Denmark.
And after you, hopefully that there will be Pakistani women enough that you can have this project.
Yeah.
And after you have measured before and after, what would you do with those statistics? It is going to FBI or CIA, or where it's going?
Well, then we will do a lot of research on all the numbers, and we will especially focus on what is the difference on getting extra vitamin D, and how much does it help? How much does it improve your vitamin D status, and how much do your muscle strength improve?
And how would they also check their muscles and everything?
Yeah, we measure the muscle strength as well. We had 3 simple tests, very simple tests. Yeah,
okay.
And we measure how strong is your muscles, and then we measure the difference on before and after.
How do you measure strength? You have to pull some ropes or something?
Yeah, they have some handles. They have to push. Hand grips. Yeah.
And then you can find out.
And then we can find out how strong is
the muscles. And then these statistics will be part of a European project?
This will be part of the European project, and will be published in scientific journals.
Okay.
Where we will present the results. Yeah.
And what happens after that you have presented? Because normally what happens is that a survey is conducted, whether it is an opinion survey or a health survey, and then the report is put on the shelf. I'm just being cynical.
Yeah.
Because those people who will take part, of course it is good for their health, but somehow they will also like to know, then what?
Yeah. Well, first of all, people get their own personal results, and then we calculate the entire results. And of course we hope to find a way how to solve the problem with vitamin D in Denmark. We think this idea that we have would give the vitamin D via the food. We think that we hope to prove that this is a very good solution, and of course this is up to the food administration in Denmark to decide how to proceed on that.
But you will push them?
We will present our scientific results and present our results at scientific meetings also, and present to the other scientists in Europe and the world how these results are.
And there will be a conference where...
A big nutrition conference, for example.
Okay.
It happens all over the world, and there we will present our results.
Wow, so Copenhagen, Denmark, EU or Europe and the world.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
It's a wonderful project.
I think it's a big step on solving the problem with vitamin D in them, an important one.
Now the million-dollar question: is there any risk in that?
I can easily answer that.
Please.
Because there's absolutely no risk of getting too much vitamin D with eating these 4 foods.
All right.
The level of vitamin D is very low because we try to mimic a real-life situation of fortified foods, and in that way you cannot have very high levels. So
of vitamin D.
Yes. So it's very safe to eat the foods.
Okay. I will give you 2 minutes, I think, now to look in the camera, Rikke and Ida, and tell our viewers what you want them to do.
Yes. I would like to encourage Pakistani women between 18 and 50 years to contact us on the telephone numbers or the email if they wish to participate in our project. You can participate if you don't eat so much fish and if you don't take vitamin D tablets already. We need your help. We need your help to solve this problem with vitamin D deficiency in Denmark. So we really hope that you will contact us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rikke and Ida. And I would also request, my special request to my sisters to contact these 2 wonderful people, take part in this project, because this is for you, not for their health, your health. And I hope that lots of people will contact you, and thank you very much for being engaged. And I would also use the same yogurt and everything. I am very conscious about the health. Thank you very much for coming.
And thank you for inviting us.
Absolutely. Pleasure having you. And that was now, and until next time, take good care of yourself and be healthy.